Well, I hand over to Quentin Bechet again. Quentin, please, for your second time, enjoy the comforts of the limousine. Quentin from Veolia, for those of you who weren't here before, going to be talking about the untapped potential of water industry data. Please come to the floor, Quentin.
Yep, I think I'm here. Thank you very much.
Okay, bonjour again. I will hand over straight away.
Thank you. Pretty much maybe, so for those of you who missed my first speech, my name is Quentin Bechet. I'm a project manager at Veolia in Victoria. And just a few words again about Veolia for those of you who also missed my first speech. So Veolia is a leader in the water industry, pretty much present in 70 countries and employing 160,000 employees. And our activity has covered the entire range of services you can imagine in the water cycle, coming from water treatment to wastewater treatment. If you move to the next slide, so something that Veolia is currently realizing is that the water industry generates lots and lots of data. If you manage to see anything on this slide, first of all, if you have a look at the water treatment plants and the wastewater treatment plants, these are actually very complex processes that are monitored in real time, which means that you've got lots and lots of sensors monitoring lots of different things. You also have lots of information on the network. You also have information from your customers, etc. And the funny thing is that until very recently, no one actually thought of having a look at all of this data and trying to make something of it, extract some value. So one thing that we very recently started looking at is how we can combine these different data sources to get some information. And one thing that we're doing at the moment is trying to use this data to predict where the next water burst and water leakage is on the network. Yeah, if you want to come back, yeah, perfect. So for example, here, this is a water network that Veolia operates in Auckland. So for those of you who are in New Zealand, you probably know that Auckland is facing their first historical drought. And the situation is so bad that over there, it is likely that this summer, people will be asked to reduce their water consumption by 30% to face actually the scarcity of water resources. So something that we are actively doing is really trying to reduce the leakage rate from our pipes. And one thing that we did, we actually used all of that data we have to try to predict where the most critical areas of the network are. This way we can actually go on site and fix the leaks and stop losing all of that water. And the thing that we can do on the water network, we can also do on the sewer network. So not very glamorous, but one of the major challenges that water utilities face on the sewer network is blockages. If you want to go back one slide before, here. So pretty much what happens is when you have sewer blockages, well, the sewage is not evacuated through the network, and that can actually lead to some not very nice things for customers. So here the idea is, again, we use all of that data and use artificial intelligence to predict where these next blockages are going to happen so that we can go on site and clean the pipes before the blockages happen. As a third example of what we can do with a bit of intelligence and all of this data is actually regarding plants. So if you have a look at water treatment plants, so producing drinking water, these plants are actually under constant stress because water is something that needs to be provided continuously to customers. And so we need to ensure continuous supply. Something in practice that is not very easy to do. So actually something we have developed, if you want to move 2 slides ahead, is again an AI algorithm that was calibrated on historical data and that can predict the water demand from the plant. If you can move ahead like 2 slides, and one more, So here what you can see is that we actually developed a model that is able to predict how much water is going to be consumed by people in the next 24, 48, or even 72 hours. And this way, this information can be used by operators to smoothen a bit the operations at the plant. So if you move to the next slide, I guess the key message here is that we are just starting to scratch the surface of all of the data collected by water industry. And in the same time, we've got actually lots of advanced analytics tools that are currently used by many other industries. So we're just starting to understand the level of opportunity we have actually to extract value from this data. And if anyone has got ideas or technologies to do this, we'll be very happy to have a discussion with you. And again, I think the next slide contains my contact details, so feel free to flick me an email if you have any solution like that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Merci, Quentin. That's Quentin's contact details if you want to get in touch. We're going to bring this session, Aging Infrastructure Management, to a close.